Hey y'all, Josh here today, aka the world's greatest dad, and we're doing dad stuff, and that means we're trying to keep this grass green, and we're gonna get after it today with the Nelson Rain Train Lawn Tractor Sprinkler. Let's get it. So before we set this thing up and give you a demo, let's go ahead and take a quick tour. As you can see, I'm a little bit of a lawn tractor sprinkler connoisseur. I got my sweet vintage John Deere over here. Can't find that one around many places, and even this one, man. This thing's been around for probably 5 or 6 years and still works great. Very durable, and just these are just kind of fun sprinklers just to run in your yard, and kids enjoy them, and they're fun to watch, and they're also very practical. So anyway, you'll see on the front here you got a groove between these wheels, and that's because that's where your hose is going to go. Now this thing self-propels itself forward until it hits this little piece that's going to be set on your hose. You'll see on that it's got a little piece that you can stake it down into the ground. So you set this on your hose, and basically this thing's going to climb up it. And once it gets to that point, okay, it's going to go under here and it's going to hit the stop mechanism on this. Now this little stop mechanism here, once that pushes in, that's going to stop the sprinkler from going. All right, so you pull that out to start, and that's going to start propelling it. Let's take a look at the controls on the back. So as you can see, it gives you instructions right here on the back, just kind of like we talked about. To start, pull the stopper down, which we showed you underneath, and then here set your speed. Basically you'll see that you've got a high, a neutral, and a low speed. So whenever you're storing this thing, make sure you leave it in neutral. It'll last a lot longer. So you'll basically get this hooked up, put it in high if you want it to move a little bit faster with those tines. If you want it to go a little slower, you move it in the low position, and then again, when you're done with it and you're storing it, make sure you keep it in neutral. That way those wheels aren't going to be engaged, and it's just going to last you a lot longer. So now that we did the grand tour, let's go ahead and get this thing hooked up and get it going. You can see how it works. So we've pulled our bottom pin so it's ready to engage. We've got it all hooked up here with the hose, and we're just going to go ahead and set the transmission for high. So you'll notice it's right there in the high position right now. Another important thing is you set your stopper wherever you want this thing to stop. That just clips into your hose right there, and you can stick it in the ground. So let's go ahead and fire her on. And there she goes. You can see that those wheels are slowly going to be propelled, and it'll start moving down your hose line right there. You can see her kind of moving. Again, this is on the higher setting, so this is actually the faster speed. If you want it to go slower, you simply put it on low. If you wanted to just use it as a neutral sprinkler where it didn't move at all, then you'd simply keep the transmission there in neutral, and you could sit there and water all day. So as you can see, the Nelson Rain Train Lawn Sprinkler Tractor is just a pretty awesome way to water your lawn. Very functional, yet also a cool novelty to have in your yard too. It looks great, and the thing's heavy duty, man. That thing weighs quite a bit. It's like a brick. And if you take care of it, you keep it in neutral when you store it, this thing will last you for 5, 10, 15 years, man. It's built that way. So at the end of the day, that's the reason it gets a World's Greatest Dad 2 thumbs up. And I say, hey, baby, go out and get you one.